I'm fucking Angel Hernandez.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Welcome everybody back to High and Inside, the Built Different podcast. It's been a while, but we are here. This is episode 18. You know, we're getting up there in episodes, almost halfway through the season. And you guessed it, the Mets suck, and Steven Strasburg still hasn't pitched a game. Uh, anyway, we got not so late Chris to my right, Wulfy underneath, and your favorite Uber driver, Papa Devontae, to the right of Wolf. You know, what a season so far, guys. You know, we haven't really had an episode into the season yet, but, you know, we got the whole AL East, better than the AL Central. The fresh young stars are shining. You know, hitting is great. Pitching sucks. Acuna is great. Otani's even better than he was last year. And the season is kind of looking like one for the ages. We might have some records by the end of the year. But today, we're going to take you through more of these young players. We're going to talk about the red-hot Reds and Diamondbacks. We're going to give you the biggest surprises and disappointments. We're going to play, a little fun game. And we got a few other things for you. So, Wolfie, why don't you give us your opening take?
Yeah, guys, good to be back. Baseball's been crazy this year. See, since our last episode, pretty much everything's been upside down since then. We've got teams like the Rangers being one of the best teams in baseball still. Orioles and Rays are still doing well. But now all of a sudden you have Cincinnati coming up. They literally just brought up one prospect, and they're the best team in baseball out of nowhere. They set a record that they haven't done since the 1940s. Not even with the Big Red Machine with their win streak. It's crazy to see. Then you also have a team like the Diamondbacks being sneaky good, and no one even really is talking about them, which is just, I don't understand that, because you have two of the most exciting players with Gallen and Corbin on the team. And then you have my favorite team, the Mets, where I actually barely watched them recently. That's how bad they've been.
Dang.
Highest payroll in the history of baseball. They have high expectations going into this year. Maybe not World Series, but at least, a good shot at it. And they're 8 games below 500, 8.5 out of the wild card, 16 out of the division.
16.
So, as you can see, I'm wearing a Rockies hat today because, I think they're even doing better, to be honest. I actually do think they have a better record.
Crazy.
So, it's wild right now. Baseball is literally upside down this year. And if the Mets weren't so bad, I would be a lot more excited about that aspect. But it's just like they got caught up in that tornado, man.
Dude, even the Nationals suck. Who would have predicted that? Who would have predicted the Nationals sucking, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yo, you guys are only 2 or 3 worse than us, so I shouldn't be talking.
Man, we're gonna be talking about that. But Devontae, how you doing, man?
What's all about experience for Nationals.
Yo, baseball, just like he said, is everywhere. It got me I don't even know who I really wanna root for aside from my favorite team being in last place and depressing and all that.
But they'd be first if they were in the Central.
Mm-hmm. And either Central too. Wild.
Exactly. And then I forgot who mentioned not too long ago that we weren't going to see Houston in first place like we have been recently, like the last couple of years and stuff. Yes. Look at Texas. I like Texas, don't get me wrong. I don't want to sleep on Texas. But I didn't expect by now we would see Texas living up to who we would project them to be in the next couple of years.
In all honesty, the reason I think that was because everyone was looking at the Jacob deGrom signing and looking like, oh my God, they're pitching. But lo and behold, they got to bet one of the best offenses almost ever. They're on a very historic pace.
Yeah. The best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I think overall, in most hitting stats, they are in first place.
And they were that before they got Seager back, which is fucking nuts.
Yep. That's crazy.
Hell yeah. What's up, Chris?
Yo, I'm not going to lean on you guys too hard with talking about the Reds. I watched the Braves versus the Reds series. I was afraid to bet on this series. This series was nuts. The Reds came into the series on a fucking 11-game win streak. They won the first game in a fucking crazy-ass thriller. And then the Braves got them in the last 2 games. Both games came down to the fucking last innings, though. I agree with you guys. It's great to see them. It's great to see the Diamondbacks. I used to call them, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, the D-bags. I always say the Arizona D-bags, but the fucking Diamondbacks are back. and just seeing fucking
Hell yeah.
Corbin on the run the bases is absolutely wild. I don't know if you guys saw the highlight from a few nights ago where he just dude got a fucking infield single and this dude made it from like first to home plate in like under fucking 5 seconds. It was wild. Just between that and like just all these, you're starting to see like the same thing we saw last year. Even in the Central, like the one thing I do like about the AL Central is it's the same fucking plot as last year, where everything is else is exactly like absolutely crazy, like all division wise, like the Brewers and the Reds in first place, like fighting for first place, and just everything. But then you go to the AL Central, it's the Twins leading going into the All Star break,
Barely.
barely. The Guardians right there, and the White Sox right there, 4.5 games back. The White Sox been good. They just fucking beat the Red Sox over, won the
Robert is
series.
going ham.
Yeah, he's look good. And you
Yeah,
know who's the
he's
day to
really
day
good.
guy now is Tim Anderson. We see him just day to day every day.
Oh, he's been
Um,
terrible.
but
Terrible.
yeah, baseball's been crazy. I want to ask you guys though, if you had to, pick right now, Diamondbacks, Reds, who's more geared up to make a strong playoff run like today or tomorrow? Who does it first, rather?
I
I like the
definitely.
Reds. I
Ooh,
haven't really seen too
go on
much of
that.
the
I want to hear
Diamondbacks.
this.
I haven't seen too much of the Diamondbacks, so I'm a little biased with my take. But seeing the stretch that they went on, what was it, 13 games, or was
12.
it 14 that they went before they lost?
I think it
They're
was.
actually Reds are
12.
Yeah, I
actually
think
on
it might
a
have been 12 or 13. Yeah, it might have been
they
the 13th they
won
lost it.
12 in a row and now
Okay.
they're on a L3. They lost last night.
But I think they're winning tonight
They
though.
might be.
Right
The
now,
Orioles
2 to
beat their
1.
ass last night 10-3. Straight up beat their ass.
Oh, no. For real. But
But
Yeah,
going
they're
with a
winning 2 to
team like
1.
that, you could just tell that they found the rhythm, they found the chemistry of things, and it's been going literally in their favor, regardless of like who they're playing. So when it comes down to like October fun and all that crazy nonsense, that's what matters most. And you know, teams that haven't been in that spot in a while, or like in this situation with these teams now finding it, imagine then. You can do it now. Imagine then.
right.
No, that's crazy.
I'm going with the Diamondbacks, but I do want to say like I can't. It's a little weird because the Reds they have like I said, the end of their bullpen is really nice. They still got Hunter Green even though he's hurt right now. They got a couple other pitchers, but their hitting is pretty electric. I mean that thriller like you were mentioning, Chris, the game one against the Braves. They got an offense that can do it, but the reason why I say the D-backs is because they have the star power there. They got not just one hitter, they got three hitters hitting the hell out of the ball with Corbin Carroll, Ketel Marte, Christian Walker. They got their spark plug guys, Gurriel, Perdomo, other guys. But the biggest thing for me is like they got one and two, their starting pitchers, one and two, are firing on all cylinders. So, Zach Gallen, Merrill Kelly, they got more strikeouts than innings pitched. Both of them got 9 wins on the year. I think they just need a third starting pitcher at this point because the rest of it's a little shaky. But I think they can genuinely make actually, a deep run if they are able to get, that third starting pitcher, which they can. They got prospects.
Shohei.
Speaking of, they got people. Yeah, fuck it. Shohei to the Diamondbacks. That prediction you said might not be
Bro,
as bad as you think these
the
days.
Diamondbacks, bro, with Shohei. Come on, that's a third pitcher
I'd be a
and
Imagine.
that's a fourth
even
big
bigger
bat.
Diamond.
And that's kind of
I
my
would
I
get
would
that
give him
black
the
And
World
that's
jersey.
kind of my
Series.
point is like at the end
Yeah,
of last year and in the offseason, we kind of said that the Diamondbacks would probably be good this year. Not this good, but we thought that they'd be competing. Whereas the Reds, I don't know what this is going to be once it shakes out and their momentum is gone and stuff like that. But right now, I got to go with the Diamondbacks, and they still have more prospects. They got Jordan fucking Lawler, Drew Jones. These people have not even been in the majors yet. That Brandon Fat guy, I don't even know how to pronounce his last name, but he hasn't even given the contributions that we thought he would yet. But I gotta go the Diamondbacks, man. I think they're legit. I mean, I don't want to sit here and say they're going to win the World Series or anything, but I definitely could. I would not be surprised if they're in the NLCS.
I completely agree with you. I think it's going to be the Diamondbacks as well. And I'll be honest, like I actually like kind of like the Diamondbacks because like 8 years ago, Gene Segura became one of my like favorite players.
Jeez.
So like I gotta say like I'm actually kind of like a low key Diamondbacks fan a little bit. But no,
Wulfy's already picking his team for the rest of the year.
Yeah, no, that ass. I'm only gonna switch whoever's like winning. But there's one thing I didn't really think about with the Diamondbacks, and you kind of the way you guys have been talking about their team kind of just made me think about it. When we looked at pretty much even the last like say 3 years of the Yankees, we always were like, oh, they're gonna make the playoffs, and maybe Houston would beat them, but they're gonna make it because they have Judge, right, and they have Garrett Cole. But when you think about it, the Yankees didn't really have much else on the team, and a lot of their guys weren't hitting. But then you take a look at like a team like the Diamondbacks. They have their star player with Corbin Carroll, who's actually on pace to win the Rookie of the Year and the MVP in the National League. He's that good. They have, like you said, at least 4 other hitters.
I don't think he's better than Acuna.
Something the Yankees don't even have.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, I don't know, but his stats are right there, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't realize how good he was doing, dude. Take a look, man. Like, I'm not even joking you, because you got to remember, dude. If we're talking MVP, like I guess they're gonna add in the defense and the speed. So like you gotta think about.
Yo,
it
Wulfy was about to turn into Hulk Hogan. He's like, dude.
We gotta get the side by side.
Because I was gonna say
we gotta hash this out right now. Pull up, Corbin.
Yeah, no, because you know what it was. Someone the other day. Dude, he's ranked like 3 and 4 in our Yahoo league. Like he's literally like that good this year. I didn't realize he's.
So he's hitting his split is 290, 369, 558. OPS at 927. He has 16 home runs, 41 RBIs. Damn, 23 steals, and 60 strikeouts to 29 walks.
That's
whereas
Corbin?
Our guy Ronald,
Ronald's got fucking 19 home runs and 35 steals.
Oh yeah.
No, but he just hit 2 today.
Yeah, like I said.
Yeah, 51 RBIs, 328, 403, 568 splits, all better than Carroll, 971 OPS. But go ahead, Wulfy. We just had to clear that up.
Yeah, no problem. I'm telling you, dude. Like right now, like he's literally projected to win it because they're also going to take into account his defense too and his speed. Like I know I'm not a big fan of them doing that, but I have a feeling they're probably going to edge him on that too. Plus, you got to remember, like an RBI stat, they're not going to take into as much consideration. Stolen bases, they're going to take a lot more. Like dude. And you guys think they're not going to and let me say this too. Shohei didn't win it last year, and he should have. So you know they're going to fuck up the MVP votings anyway. I'm not backing Carroll saying like, oh my god, he's the best, but I wouldn't be surprised if he wins it. But the reason why I actually heard that article too, not to get too off track, is because they actually think Ellie De La Cruz is going to come back and win it. They said if he's on track right now, there's a good chance he could win it, which I thought was a little early to say. But
we're talking rookie of the year.
Hence the weird voting. No, we're talking MVP.
You're still on.
I was like,
bro, no one. If Acuna,
yeah.
Dude, the one thing.
Wulfy's on crack.
One thing we have to realize is when Acuna did this 2 years ago, when he was like healthy, these stats he's putting up this year are beyond better than those stats. Like this dude's on pace for 70. He's on pace for 70 steals right now. How many games are they into right now?
Oh, dude, I'm not saying he's not good. I'm just saying, this is what I'm saying. I read this as the MLB reporters. It might have been Ken Rosenthal. I read the article from.
But who reported that Ellie fucking Cruz was going to be the MVP? He just got called up 3 weeks ago.
I'm not too sure.
The MVP, bro.
Oh my
God. No, dude, there's no way. There's no way you give a rookie the MVP.
Possible?
There's no way you give the rookie.
Is that possible though? But is it possible?
Dude, I'm not even joking. Like, the whole article is talking about how he could be the one to win Rookie of the Year and the MVP for the first time in 20 years.
They must have been
I'm not even joking
something when they wrote the report.
Nah, hell yeah.
Pull the report.
They're definitely going to take
who it is. Because they're...
I will.
They're like...
I heard it like a week ago, so I mean, yeah.
Come on, man. Yo.
Yeah, they were high.
I mean...
Dude, they're gonna take the first, like I said, they're going to take away the team stats, so it doesn't matter if he has more
No way.
RBIs.
I feel
They're
like
going to take
Carroll
account to the
versus
I
defensive
feel like
Acuna.
speed.
Is this our first guarantee?
It's a lot.
I feel
Wait,
like
Dude,
Freddie
is this our
Freeman.
first guarantee of the season? Chris is saying Acuna and Wulfy is saying
I feel like
Corbin Carroll?
actually, no. My first fucking guarantee in the beginning of the year was Trey Turner. So I'm already way done with that.
I think I'm pretty sure I said.
But
Acuna.
I kind of see if I can find the article.
Acuna is 1 home run away and 5 steals from MLB history with 20 home runs, 40 stolen bases, and 50 RBIs before the All-Star break.
Case closed. Just give him the MVP at the All-Star.
I mean,
just hand him the trophy, bro.
Let's just hope he doesn't get hurt. That would be awful.
Also, like, I feel like the way he's been stealing bases has just been fucking ridiculous. Like, he stole a base. I don't know if anyone saw it, like, last week.
By the way, I was going to say, I don't mean to cut you off. So I heard this 5 days ago when the MLB, because they do weekly polls to see who's the voting. They just came out with one 12 hours ago, and it's Acuna first and Carroll second, but it's only like 100-point difference. Like I said, it is neck and neck.
No way.
So I'm just saying, like, I didn't pull that out of my ass,
bro.
Like, that's what the MLB.
I don't even want to go down the. There's no way.
Freddie Freeman's third, Ariza's fourth, and Mookie Betts is actually fifth.
I don't know if that should be there 5, but I think 3 and 4 is valid. But I think they're. I don't know, dude. Like.
Yeah. I let's just say that I'm not saying you're wrong. Like, I do think Acuna has, like, we just went over, his stats are better, but like I said, I don't know what they're gonna do at the end of the year, because dude, I think technically Shohei should have won it last year.
Yeah, but you can't. But at the end of the day, you can't take away the fact that Judge did something historical with those home runs. Like, you have to reward. And he basically carried that team all year. So. And I just defended.
As we can see,
I just defended Aaron Judge. But imagine Aaron Judge on the fucking Giants right now. Another team who's fucking hot is the Giants, bro. And I'm not gonna lie, the Giants have been winning late games, and like the way they've been winning is just fucking home runs. And imagine Aaron Judge with how well they're doing right now. That'd be fucking. He made the wrong decision. He should have went to San Fran. I'm gonna say right now, he should have went to San Fran.
Yeah, you probably want to have a broken toe.
Their
offense is fucking electric.
Yeah. Yo, actually, that reminds me something I was going to bring up before when we were talking about Ellie and Corbin and all this. I think, because you brought up about baseball in the beginning in your opening take being exciting. You know why I think baseball is so exciting right now? All these rookies that we're talking about, and we're not even talking about the one that was literally, like, on top of the world last year. We haven't even talked about him once in this entire episode, which is Julio Rodriguez. I almost said Julio. Yeah, Julio Franco.
Yeah, I heard Julio Franco. Goddamn, lost my mind for a second. I was like, what?
But yo, that's just to show you how crazy we're in. Like, we're talking about Corbin and Cruz and the guys.
I love it.
For
baseball is about to be electric. I love it. So just wait till Elijah Wood is here.
We're getting that new wave.
I need the Nationals to do something. But
oh yeah.
So Chris, who do you got? Diamondbacks or Reds? You didn't give us your take.
Right now, I would go with the I'm a 50-50. I was actually going to give my take as both sides and kind of just give reasonings, but I'm going to pick one instead. But my thing is, so I compare end of the bullpen, I would give it to the Reds because the Diamondbacks are still kind of committee with Chafflin and what's his face? McHugh, I think it is. So I would give closer, bullpen at the end, 8-9. The Reds, the lineup, I give it to the Diamondbacks, and I give the starting pitching, I give to the Diamondbacks because they have an ace. they have fucking
switching sides.
If when Green went down and he was like fucking mowing dudes down and winning a bunch of games for them before he went down, I would maybe can say the Reds would be compared to them in starting pitching, but I still give it to the edge to fucking Gallon because he's he's in Cy Young talk right now, so it makes sense. He's in one of the toughest divisions. And then they're in first place in one of the toughest divisions, I would say. So I'll go with Diamondbacks. It'd be
Oh
interesting
yeah,
to see what happens at the trade deadline if these teams actually start to make a push now. Because I
Oh
feel like
yeah, that's what I was
The
gonna
Reds will
say. Yeah.
spend money. Like I'm not. I don't think the Reds are gonna. I feel like the Reds will spend money. I don't know why, but
they
Dude, they
have a lot of
both
money,
could.
but
Because the Diamondbacks already dished out a contract to Corbin, so maybe they're a little bit more willing to spend.
would
I would be really excited to see if either team will
would you
spend.
trade?
Yo, knock on the Mets door, take
All right, another
Verlander or
question.
Scherzer.
Would you trade Corbin? Would you trade Corbin right now for Shohei?
yeah, I would trade Patrick Corbin right now for fucking Shohei Ohtani.
Wow, that was good. All right, we'll rephrase it. If you're,
Didn't even hesitate. That was great.
would you
I
make that
like
trade?
it. But
No, because what I would
he's a
do
free agent
is
after this year,
remember
right?
they got Jordan Lawler and they got Drew Jones. I would just trade those two. I mean, they're very good players. They're going to be very good, but like we're talking Otani here, I think that would be a start to a good package that they can give.
Yeah.
Dude, I tell you one thing. That's a really if they could somehow get a package out, like where it's not too much, like where you can't touch Corbin. I wouldn't touch Corbin, but man, if you could, that would be really interesting. Because the thing about it is, who the fuck would not? The Braves are in their way, but if you take away them, like who's stopping them if they had? Like,
You
that's a
know,
solid fucking team.
who just roughed them up? Someone just roughed the Diamondbacks up recently. I want to say it was the Giants,
You're
actually.
right, actually, yeah.
To be honest with you.
Yeah,
Um,
it was the
The answer
Giants.
to your
Yeah, it
question,
was
Wolfie, is the
actually the
Padres,
Giants.
but they got to get their heads out of their asses.
yeah, they just fucking didn't they lose?
That
They
team
just
is
lost to the
in the
fucking
same boat as the
Nationals, 2-1.
National
Yeah.
Nationals won the
Big
series. Hell
boys,
yeah.
yo, it's wild.
No,
And
Juan
then
Soto like
Bro, they're
Juan
horrible.
Soto laid his dick on us in the first game, but yeah, like bro, Juan Soto like crushed it. He was like 2 for 2
We're
with
talking
a home
baseball,
run,
or
like a home run, 4 RBIs, like 3 walks. It was
They're
disgusting.
like,
But speaking of,
you said you should have
we
paid.
were talking about the Orioles, or not the Orioles. We were talking about the Diamondbacks and the Reds. So that's a good segue to who do you guys think is your biggest surprise this year? It could be team, player, whatever the case may be. Devontae, why don't you lead us off?
I just need 1 second. All right.
that's
I
a good
wanted to say
question.
Tampa. I'm a little stuck with Tampa only because they're still number one. And they're ahead of Baltimore, who's second by 6 games, and then the Yankees by 6.5. And then by the Red Sox, 13 games. We're like, God damn. And then, like you guys said, you compare it to everybody else. It's just like, even the Red Sox come number one, number two, in everybody else's conference and whatnot. But oh my God,
Yeah, Tampa is pretty disgusting.
Texas,
Texas?
fuck Houston, fuck Houston. Like Texas came back, they're doing their thing. I mean, yeah, the Texas Rangers. I'm confusing Texas with Houston, whatever. But yeah, the Rangers this year at 47 games, they're not bad. They keep pushing. They lost DeGrom, but
No,
still
DeGrom, that
have
ass
the
said
rest.
fucking peace out. He didn't. I feel like he needed Tommy John surgery for like the past like 2 or 3 years.
ooh,
Honestly, like
scandal,
with the way he was just getting hurt mad
He's
easily
finessed
and coming
back.
back.
scandal.
He's finessed. He
He might
finessed
Ever?
not
back.
come back. I heard that's like the latest report. Yeah, dude. There's like some
Well, we
reports
got
that he
these
might not
fucking
come back.
Bro.
reports today, baby.
Bro, I've been
Yo,
like,
Wolfie works for the
bro, I
Illuminati,
sit in
bro.
the tractor for 10 hours a day. I got that sports radio on. I hear all the good shit. All
Yo,
them
dudes are
fucking
just doing
crazy
shrooms
rumors.
live in the studio, just talking about
Yeah.
baseball.
I got my
He will
tin hat on
always
in the fucking in the tractor, getting all that good fucking conspiracy.
yo.
All right, cool.
There you go.
All right, go ahead,
We
Wolf.
good?
So, looking at the Marlins, because we were just talking about how Luis Arraez is actually, for me personally, one of the most exciting players this year. Look at what he's done with the Marlins. They're 10 games above 500. He's changed the team. He's actually hitting .399 after his 2 hits today. So if you could take Luis Arraez and put him on another team, which team do you think could benefit the most from him?
I mean, I feel like Chris is gonna say the Braves. So I mean, benefit the most. I imagine how scary the Angels would be. I mean, it's random, but
That's
like
a good one.
hitting around Trout and Otani, like imagine like Arraez around that. Like that would be like exactly. I mean, they'd probably still find a way to lose games, but you know, I'm going with the Angels just to be a homer.
That's a
I like
solid
that.
choice.
I like that. Just because they really need a fucking consistent leadoff guy, because Shohei, Trout, they're a home run threat anytime. So him in front of them would be ridiculous. I like that. I like
Damn,
that.
I gotta reevaluate a little bit here.
I me, I mean, obviously I want to say the Red Sox because and who wouldn't want him, dude? Imagine how many balls he would just smash against the wall for you and
Yeah.
just he would be a cheat code, just every cheat code. But I would say,
Yo, facts. Launch it. His singles.
I would go with I mean, I think the Dodgers need him the most, to be honest with you. I think if they're just, I don't know what the fuck they're missing. Like they're just, Outman's. I feel like Outman hasn't been who they thought he was gonna be. Vargas hasn't been, super consistent. Freddie can't do it all. It kind of feels like Freddie and Mookie, and even Muncy was really good, but
Stooges.
yeah, it's just damn. I feel like he'd be really good there. I mean, the Yankees, they're good. I feel like any team would really benefit from him, but
Yeah.
I feel like the
Dodgers need
Dodgers.
him
I
the
feel like the
most.
Dodgers make the most production. Would get the
Well,
most production with
it
him.
was like Wulfy said. Like, imagine how much more popular he would be if he was on the Dodgers or on the fucking Yankees or
Mm.
even the Angels, man. Like, this dude would be like so much more nationally covered. It'd be ridiculous.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. I just how I feel. Like just imagine him playing fucking 10 years ago. He would be such a fucking like, dude. Imagine, it would just be. You know what it would be? It would be if he played fucking 15 years ago. It would be like him versus Ichiro. Who like that would be the fucking like who's
That'd be crazy.
oh
I mean, you're reaching a little bit right now. Yo, Devontae, unmute yourself. Who would you take, or what team needs him the most?
I'm biased, yo. His best friend's on the Red Sox. I need a miracle for the Red Sox only because of the Mookie Betts effect. Like, it's hard to really come back from that. Like, you got a ring with the kid. You see how much better he is now. We need somebody to make everybody forget about Mookie Betts leaving the Red Sox. I'm not sure. Hey,
Hell yeah,
join
hell
his
yeah.
best friend. They become like the Mario Bros of the Red Sox. The
Mario
Mario Luigi back to back.
I like it.
Nah, for real. So, my biggest surprise on the year so far, I'm going with the Baltimore Orioles. I mean, I know they're good, but I didn't think they'd be this damn good though. I mean, they got so much talent, and the crazy thing about their talent is that each and every single one is young as hell. So not only did they do a good rebuild, but I think this rebuild's gonna be maybe a little similar to the Braves and how they've done their rebuild, because at the same time, Baltimore still has a lot of money to spend. And I was wrong. I mean, I thought they fumbled free agency. I was like, what are you guys doing getting fucking Daniel or Kyle Gibson, whatever the fuck his name is? And they didn't really get the veteran pitchers that I wanted to. One of them, Jacob DeGrom, is obviously out for the year. So that would have been horrible. But speaking of biggest surprises, what about biggest disappointments? Wolf, I think we should start with you.
uh, I'm actually gonna say just not even because we kind of wrapped up the Mets. Like I hinted at them in the opening, so I'm actually gonna say something different, and it's actually kind of true. I think the biggest disappointment right now in baseball is teams with high payrolls. Because if you actually look at baseball right now, pretty much every team that's in first place does not have a high payroll. It's the teams like Boston, Yankees, Padres, Mets. Even the Dodgers aren't in first place. The Cardinals spent some money with Goldschmidt, Arenado. They're not in first place. They're in dead last. If you take a look, it's like teams like Texas spent a little bit, but we're not going to take them out. But even just like Baltimore Rays, they're top. Arizona, Cincinnati's top. You joked already that Atlanta doesn't spend any money. Miami's top. So I think right now the biggest disappointment is the expectations going into this year. Like Mets flopped. Houston's not even in first place. I think it's just, but in a way though, that disappointment is also really positive because I do like seeing the teams that aren't good step it up, and especially really quickly. Dude, the team in the beginning of the year, we said, could this team be well like this year? Like talking about like the guys like the Orioles and Diamondbacks and the Rangers, and we're like, maybe this year, but next year definitely. Dude, they're about to like almost go to the World Series. Some of these teams with their records, it's like, so I think it's kind of like, yeah, I'm disappointed with some of those big teams faltering, but it's cool to see the other teams step up.
Hell yeah, Chris, who's your biggest disappointment?
Corey Kluber.
Yeah, I forgot he existed.
just the I mean the Reds. I mean, yeah, just the Red Sox. Just Caleb Ort's been terrible. Glad they got rid of Brazier. I saw Brazier fucking popped up. I want to say he's on the fucking is he maybe he's on the Phillies now? Brian Brazier somewhere. Somewhere I was like, damn, I feel bad for them. Glad we got rid of him. Caleb Ort, I think I said Caleb Ort. He's been terrible. Chris Sale went down again.
He's on the Dodgers.
Dodgers, yeah, exactly. I was like, damn, that sucks for the Dodgers. That doesn't make their I mean, besides the Red Sox, I would say the Dodgers bullpen has been very disappointing. They suck. They're like a 5 ERA. They're so bad. They don't have a closer. I feel like besides fucking Phillips, like all of their other pitchers kind of, I mean, in the bullpen anyways, took a huge step backwards from compared to last year. Like, just not good. Just not good at all. They've just been blowing games. But yeah, the Red Sox, dude. The Corey Kluber fucking sucks. I will say Paxton's been very good. Like, I really respect Paxton, what he's doing. He's given us 5 solid innings. Bayo's been really good. Shout out to Bayo. A Yankee fan actually said to me last week, and again, we live in upstate New York, some of us here. Fucking a Yankee fan said to me, I'm glad you didn't text me all weekend because we swept them. We swept the Yankees.
Bum ass Yankees twice. We did it to them twice, not once, twice. In their
and
home
then
hours.
they're like, that Bayo kid's pretty impressive. All he needs is a third pitch, and I'm like, dude, I feel the same fucking yeah, dude, yeah. So I feel like we could be good, man. Just fucking make some moves. And I'm disappointed in Adam Duvall. He came back and he's just been trash. I had to drop him in fantasy. Like, I mean, we all knew he wasn't gonna fucking be really great all year. Like the hot start he had, we knew that wasn't gonna last all year. But like,
you guys are only 3 out of the
trash. Like Jalen fucking Durant is taking his. You know what else pissed me off is fucking. Everyone's hyped to see Bobby Dalbec is back, and I'm like, yo, go home, trade Bobby Dalbec already. Please trade Bobby Dalbec.
I gotta give my props to Justin Turner. I thought he had to hang it up. He's been carrying us, yo. That's all I got.
I told you he would.
Saxby was right.
Saxby
was right. Saxby was right. His Red Sox moment
man.
for me.
He just fits in with the Red Sox.
He does.
It was perfect.
He's perfectly like. He's exactly what we're missing.
You guys aren't even that out of it though. Honestly, I didn't realize you guys were really only 3 out of the wild card.
Our pitching is trash though. We need fucking upgrades ASAP.
I'll give you shit,
but our young guys are. I'm not gonna lie. Our young guys are fucking. They're impressive, and we got more young guys coming up like fucking Emmanuel. Once he comes up full time, I think that's why I feel like I feel like we need to just get a superstar. fucking just like let's go. Like
Otani.
we're good. We're good enough to do this right now. We just need to fucking get rid of these the
Otani, if you
Kluber.
hear this, and
I,
we know that
that's
you are.
that's why I feel like Kluber after he comes off this IL 15. I feel like Kluber it's either put up or shut up and get out of the lineup. Um, out of the rotation. But yeah, dude, we fucking.
He's in the bullpen, isn't he?
I feel like they said. I feel like what I read, the report that I read. I don't know what report Wulfy read, but I read this report that said Kluber. They basically compared it. They compared it to. They're like Kluber's on this IL 15. He's got to figure his shit out. He comes back. He's got to get one more shot in the rotation. He fucks it up. He's done.
Wolfie
Get
read
him out of here.
that Chris Sale, James Paxton, and Corey Kluber are all gonna come back and fucking carry the Red Sox to the World Series.
God, yo,
You never know,
he read
man.
that.
Yeah.
He read that. Yo, I think Strasburg's got a better chance
Oh
coming back
God,
than
no, he
fucking
don't.
Kluber.
Yo, Devontae, who is your biggest disappointment so far?
By the way, I have a player you guys can get, Daniel Murphy. Might as well take him. He'll spark the team.
Yo, I feel like I don't know. Trevor's story comes back. I feel like we could be used to him. One let I and the thing I said about Justin Turner for the record was he had to earn number two, and I feel like he had his Red Sox moment and in that big home run like last week, and Saxby was right. Saxby was right. He would fit in. But yeah,
One of the
It's
very,
just I think
one
it's
of the
the
very
beard.
few things I'm right about these days. But yo, Devontae,
Um,
biggest disappointment.
I'm also trying to figure out to add to my biggest disappointment. Who said that St. Louis was just gonna fall off the map, and they just fucking fell off the map. Like, yeah, they fell off the map so bad, nobody's talking about it. That's how bad you are. Like, there's Oakland bad, but like,
It's just
St.
their
Louis-
pitching is just so fucking empty, and when you're asking Adam Wainwright to lead the ship at like 47, pitching like 90 miles per hour, whatever he's doing, it's just not. I don't know what they're sitting there doing nothing. I mean, they got Arenado and Goldschmidt, but it's disgusting. Sad.
So to see them in last place, to see Pittsburgh doing better than them, I'm happy to see Pittsburgh doing better. But like, my goodness,
Actually,
like
Devontae's disgusted.
do we expect Colorado to be that good? Are we surprised that they got destroyed by what was it, the Angels the other day, like 25-1?
yeah, and they won.
Yeah,
the
but
series,
they won the series.
Can you believe that? Yeah.
Yo, the Angels. Yo, I feel like the Angels are partnered with the FanDuel because both of those games, they're like, no way they lose to the Rockies, especially after they fucking dropped 25 on them and then fucking turned out they lost to them.
Easy, that's easy money you got to bet.
I feel like they only scored one run.
You know what's one team too quick that I was just thinking because you brought up the Cardinals and it kind of made me think too about last year, and it's weird that we haven't brought them up. The only team I feel like has been a huge disappointment this year overall is the Phillies. Dude, they went to the World Series last year, signed Trey Turner.
Saxby called that.
Bro, like
He called that.
terrible.
He called that.
Bro, they're
He-
fucking
he
they're
called that.
bad, dude. I mean, it's like I said, they didn't address pitching. Like they got very lucky
Yeah.
that they got the performances that they got because it's like on paper their team was just garbage. We were all sitting here saying the Phillies aren't gonna do shit, and then they just won miraculous series after another, and then they finally met the real team in the Astros and got fucking spanked. But like, yeah, no, they suck, and now they got all the former Nationals players and they all suck together. It's great.
You know what's wild is think about fucking Soto when he comes in. Whenever I see Soto's in the game and the Phillies have a lead on FanDuel, I'm like, yo, I gotta bet that because he's gonna fucking blow this lead. Think about saying that. Think about saying that fucking like 3 years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
You
this
would-
is wild.
it's
So
crazy.
my
But you called it.
Yeah,
The
my
Mets-
biggest disappointment though, yeah, Devontae said it. I'm going with the New York Mets or Alex Manoah. I mean, it's two different
Oh my
things.
God!
but,
Like,
you know,
He's
Manoah. I'm just gonna say, Manoah, you are a big piece of shit because if you were just decent, my fantasy team wouldn't be as bad as they are right now. I can't believe you have the audacity to just suck and not figure it out in the minors still. Whatever. Anyway, the New York Mets. I'm sorry, Wolf. I gotta do it, man. After 2 straight off seasons of hearing about your guys' dickhead ass owner talking his shit. Oh, I got the money. I'm gonna spend the money, and then he spends the money, and you guys still are just really bad. I knew Max Scherzer was done. I mean, yeah, he's registering, a decent outing here and there. Verlander, it's not even gonna matter what Verlander does. You guys are probably gonna trade him for like a bag of chips or whatever because of that contract. But when it comes to the Mets, you guys are just a huge dumpster wildfire, whatever you want to call it. But the
Yeah, that's right.
Nationals are 5 games away from the Mets, which is crazy. Another crazy stat is that the Mets only have 3 players that hit above 255, and one of those 3 players that hit above 255 is on the bench. Lindor is underwhelming. Neither, like I said, Scherzer or JV, they're not dominant. You guys' rotation's a disaster. You guys still got your prospects at least, but I don't know. It could be a long ride for you guys if your injured players come back and it's still not, still not clicking.
Well, you know what
All
that
right,
was
so I
the
got a
problem
question.
too, is that they were injured and like they're not even. So that's the thing too. It's not even injured players because like we missed Verlander and Scherzer from injury. They came back and they're actually doing okay right now. The
Right.
problem is though is that we didn't fucking address anything else. And also
And
too,
it's
I
you
gotta
guys got
say this too with
Correa.
Lindor, and it kind of pisses me off because it's the same thing with Lindor and like Machado and a lot of these other guys is that everybody fucking hypes them up when they're a free agent and gives them the money, and then they all fucking blow. So it's like I don't know why everybody's so hesitant to give out these like $400-500 $1 million contracts to guys that are like subpar. Like, yo, you want to give that to Otani? Even like Judge is a weird because of his health, but like Lindor was probably not worth $3+ million.
Facts.
Let's be honest. Even Trey Turner, like, is kind of that dude. He's in year 1, and that's already looking bad. So I just want to throw that out there too. That you're right though. The spending the money stupidly. Oh, what the fuck just happened?
No, you're fine.
Oh,
But Devontae,
whoa.
what were
Dude,
you
I
gonna
thought I
say?
lost power for a second. My whole screen went black.
Nah, my question was, what do we think about the Dodgers, where they are now, and where do you think they'll end
I
the
mean,
year?
they need pitching. I mean that was the thing is like they came into this year, they had a lot of injuries, and then Urias going down, their supposed ace. I mean, I know Kershaw is like in the Cy Young running, but like they need pitching. They need it bad because bullpen and starters. I mean, their hitting is okay. I mean, Will Smith is doing all right. Mookie, like you guys said, Freeman, whatever. But they need pitching, or I don't think it's gonna be too good because the Padres aren't gonna stay down for too long. I don't think.
You're right though about that. You know, it's Chris. We're just in general when we're talking about the low rise, like that is a team that could definitely use them. And you're right. Like they have Freeman. We also JD Martinez is actually doing pretty well for them too. But
Like I said, he's gonna look like the retro Martinez.
they're like not far
Yo,
away. Like they're one of those teams actually, and it's weird because they actually just had Scherzer, but they're one of those teams. I feel like if they did make a couple moves at the deadline, they would be a little bit scarier if going into the playoffs. Because I don't see them not making the playoffs unless you said the Padres usurped them. But they're not like that far. They do have some good pieces. Like Freddie Freeman and Mookie Betts alone are huge to build on.
I feel like people are still not talking about the Giants. I feel like people need. I don't know why. I
It's
just
kind
feel
of
like
great.
They're just so random, bro. They're just
I
so
know, but
Yeah, dude.
like,
they're
why are they still alive? Like,
dude. They're good though. It's wild. It's absolutely wild to me.
so to move on, we're gonna play a game. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna send you guys this grid through text message. So make sure you guys got the message open. So the goal of this is you guys have to fill out one of these squares. So where the teams match up, that you have to find a player that's played for both of those teams or hits those categories where it lines up. So what
Fuck.
we'll do is,
Fuck.
um, Wolfie, you were randomly selected to go first, so you get to pick any square, and we'll see who has the most points by the end. If it's a tie, we'll do a tiebreaker.
I'll do Cleveland and Texas.
Okay.
For some reason, now all of a sudden, I'm just like thinking the guy I was positive on is Corey Kluber played for Texas, right? Didn't
He
he have
did.
like 1 or 2 years?
Yeah, he
He
did.
had a half a
Okay.
season,
Yeah,
I
both.
believe.
Okay, so I'll do that then, because he played for Cleveland and Texas.
You
Oh,
bastard.
actually, no, that was the year that he played 1 inning. So by 1 inning, Wulfy gets that right.
Holy shit! Really?
Who's
Yeah!
next?
Damn! Wow. I don't know
Fuck
why.
that.
I thought he was on Texas a little bit longer.
All right, Devontae, you're up.
I was gonna say Kurt Schilling, but he was in the D-bags, not fucking Seattle. Oh man. Oh,
Some of these are good.
Texas, Boston. Clemens. Clemens? Did he put? No, I'm
Roger
confusing him for
Clemens.
Nolan. He didn't pitch in Texas, right? He's from Texas.
No, wasn't he? He was Astros, right?
He did not pitch in
Well-
Texas. Damn, Devontae. That is tough. All right, so Chris, you're up.
Mondesi.
Oh, okay. Well, he hasn't played yet, though, has he?
I don't
I
think he's
mean,
played.
But we
I
can
mean, that was
count-
just the one I free.
We can count it. Fuck it.
I got another one. I got another one.
For that same square?
Yeah. Benintendi.
Okay, cool. We'll take it.
You right? Wait, we could do position plays too.
Anything.
Oh, it's just pitchers.
I thought it was just pitchers.
Anybody?
Oh
Just the
wow, I didn't
last
know.
one.
Oh, that's what I was wondering. I was like, yo, there's
I'm like,
two clear
I
ones.
don't know
I was
fucking
thinking
pitchers.
Mondesi. I had
All right,
Benintendi
Devontae,
first,
I'll
but I was
give
like,
you.
Mondesi.
I'll give you another chance to get this third point before we go back to Wolf.
No, you good. Oh, right now.
Yeah.
Okay. A Texas Red Sox, Mike Napoli,
Okay, there you go.
Oh, that's a good one.
All right,
That's
Wolf.
a good one.
the legend.
Texas 200K pitching season. I'm 100% going Nolan Ryan.
Okay.
Facts.
I don't know
Boomer.
why I didn't go with that
Oh
earlier.
my God, I got.
I don't know why I didn't take that whole category earlier.
I
That's
got
the
you,
easiest
Wolf.
one.
I
All
got
right, Chris.
you.
Chris, you're up.
Chris, say it, yo. I'm gonna be so mad if he says it right now.
Which ones are left?
Seattle, Boston, Seattle, Cleveland, Seattle 200K season, Royals, Cleveland. Otani just hit a home run, and then Royals in 200 plus K season.
No Tony, man.
And he retired all 3 batters he faced on the top.
Hmm.
Yo,
I'm gonna
I
take a
wish.
shot.
Imagine if Otani was a dog. Like if he like showed you up and was just like.
Oh, I thought you were like, imagine if he was a dog.
Instead
I'd
of,
be
like-
Yeah.
he'd be a cat. He'd just be a cat too.
Oh man.
But the hat sideways and shit.
200K. Kansas City. I'm trying to think.
All right, Chris, you
I
got
gotta
10
go.
seconds.
10 seconds.
8,
All right.
7,
200.
5, 4,
4,
3, 2,
Man.
5, 0.
I don't know. I'm
Damn.
stumped.
All right,
I'm
Chris is
stumped.
Devontae, you're
I'm
up.
stumped.
King Felix, Seattle, 200K.
Was
Good
that-
one.
He hit it, right?
That was a good one.
I'm gonna check just to make sure, but I'm pretty
Double
sure he
check
did.
that because that's the only reason I didn't go with that first. For some reason, I wasn't 100% positive.
Yeah, he had
So-
several. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Okay.
All right, so King Felix, I love that. I got his jersey. I love that guy.
That was good.
I
That
wish,
was
he
So
didn't
good.
I'll
have-
go,
I wish Seattle just made the playoffs while he was, in there. But Wolf, you're up.
A quick finish just while I have the chance. I'll go KC 200Ks and I'll go Brett Saberhagen.
Really?
He had to have, dude. There's no way he didn't. And if he didn't, fuck me, because I could have swore he has.
No.
He was
Wow,
Really?
Wolf. No, he had 193 in 1989.
really.
Wow.
So, I mean,
Chris,
there's
you're-
pretty
you're
much
back in the
only
game.
one- I guess there's
Yeah.
pretty much only one other choice then.
Yeah, Chris is back in the game if he can get this here.
Oh, fucking no, man.
Damn, I could have sworn he had, you're right. I can't. Wow.
All right, what's so 200Ks? Did anyone get?
My thing just wiped
10
out.
seconds.
What happened?
10, 9.
Carlos Santana?
Wait, what? For Oh, for
Two-
Kansas City,
Cleveland and Royals.
Okay, all right.
Oh, so he went to
Oh.
200K season.
Yo,
I was
I was like, what are you doing? What? Jesus.
For what, 200Ks, you thought?
Yeah,
That's
dude.
why.
Yeah,
That's why I said what.
That's what I meant.
All right. So
All right, what's left
Devontae.
though? What's left though? So I can
So
think.
we got 200K season and KC. We got Seattle and Boston and Cleveland and Seattle.
Cleveland, Seattle.
So basically,
Let's
what?
say that again.
So it's
Boston, Seattle.
Seattle and Boston, Seattle and Cleveland, or the Royals 200 plus K season.
Okay.
You got 2
Seattle.
seconds. No, I'm just playing.
Damn. Let's go. Damn. I don't even think he was in KC, but this is a long shot. KC, Catfish Hunter, 200K season. I don't know what fucking team he was in.
What? Wait, what?
Yo, that was a really big shot in the dark, bro.
Wait, what?
No, you
Hold
played
on,
for.
I don't
Okay,
remember
okay,
his
okay.
name.
You played for the Kansas
Wow.
City Athletics. You
Dude,
played
I'm
for the
so happy
Kansas
I
City
could get
Athletics.
back in it.
That's what it was?
Yeah, he had 197 strikeouts, so it's not as funny as I thought it was. But
You're lying.
Damn, bro.
But Devontae, you're still in it. You still got 2. We're tied 2 across the board. Wolfie.
All right, I figured he was gonna say it, or anybody.
I thought anyone would have said this by now. I know what you're gonna
It's
say.
got to be Zach Greinke, man.
Zach
dude.
Greinke.
No, I was gonna say. I was literally gonna say
You're
that.
right. I had that in my head,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, that's literally.
Yeah, I
Fuck.
think he had like a 240
Fuck.
at the time.
Now I'm fucked. What do I gotta get?
Oh,
I should
my
have
Boston
known
and
that
Seattle?
earlier. Fucking dumb.
Yeah, he had 242 in 2009. The only
Oh,
year
I
he
got
was
the
an all-star
next
for the
one.
Royals.
I
But,
remember
all
the
right,
next
Chris.
Oh,
so it's
wait,
either,
is Cleveland?
Cleveland, Seattle, and Boston, Seattle. You have to get this right to at least make it to a tiebreaker.
You're not a real Red Sox fan if you can't name a Red Sox and Seattle player that retired a couple years ago. That's what I
He's
gotta
just
say.
like Ken Griffey Jr.
A couple years
A little
ago.
below.
What position?
That's too obvious. He's,
What
the,
position?
he's
Yeah, Devontae
Dominican.
wants to win. Look at him. He's
He's Dominican. Now I'm just gonna be thinking about it.
He's up for the Hall of Fame. That's all I gotta say. That makes it even easier.
A-Rod.
I wish he should have been traded to the Red Sox, but we would have never got Manny Ramirez. So
I-
that's just like
I'm sorry, which one's it? It's Seattle, Boston, and KC Boston, the only ones left?
no Seattle, Boston, and Cleveland, Seattle.
Okay.
All right, Devontae, you guess first, and I'm gonna get the Cleveland Seattle to end this thing.
oh, it's not. I already know who it is.
All right, so you say it. I'll say Cleveland.
Adrian Beltre, Dominican Republic's finest third baseman.
Oh, that was
That
good,
was
yo.
good. Okay.
I'm
You
sorry,
know,
what'd you say?
that was good because you
Adrian
could use
Beltre.
him for the Rangers one too if you wanted to.
All right, so
Mhm.
here's
Oh,
here's the stakes here, right? So Chris,
good.
if you get this wrong, you're gonna give Wulfy a chance to win the whole game. However, if you get it right, we're gonna go to a tiebreaker, all 3 of you.
Ooh, so we
I'm
want the
pressure.
tiebreaker.
99%
So we
sure
want
I
the
have the
tiebreaker.
next one.
So
I'm
Seattle,
gonna
who
take
played
a
for the
shot.
Seattle Mariners and the Cleveland Guardians? Almost said the other
Oh
word.
my God! No
Yeah.
There's literally
pressure.
only one player I could think of.
I can't even think of it.
And
now.
and I'm not even sure if it's fucking right.
That one guy. It's that one guy.
All right, so does Theo Epstein
Yo.
and this dude count?
Theo Epstein. What? Yo, you know who it was?
Oh,
You
no,
know
what's
who? You know who it
Chicago?
is?
Who is it?
You know who it is?
Who is
It's
it?
it's it's
No, it's not.
It is
Josh Naylor. It's Josh Naylor.
What?
That's
Is
who
it
it
Red
was.
Sox?
Josh
Yeah,
Naylor
look it
was-
up. Look it up.
Wasn't it
Look it
Seattle?
up.
It's Seattle.
Yeah, it's
Cleveland,
Seattle,
right?
Cleveland.
Yeah, look it up.
He played for
Josh
the
Naylor?
Padres.
No, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
he's
give
still up for the
Wulfy.
Padres.
We can give Wulfy a chance to win it, I guess.
Wow.
I can't think of it.
A player that played
Let's just
for the
say this.
Mariners and the Guardians.
The only guy I can think of is Zunino.
Mike Zanino?
I'm pretty sure he's on
Wow.
Cleveland this year.
That's a
Yeah,
good one.
yeah.
If
All
he
right,
is, he
Wulfy
is on
wins the
Cleveland.
whole game.
Wow.
Yo, dude,
Yo,
I
Devontae's
almost,
Wow.
tight.
I almost,
Devontae, if you didn't say Catfish Hunter, if you said fucking
dude,
Adrian
I know,
Beltre
I
the
fucked
first
it up with the
time.
front seat rating
Wow.
too. Like,
After I said Catfish Hunter, the name came to me. I was like,
damn.
damn, but he had
Oh,
197. That's
For the, I don't know if we would have even counted that because it was like the Kansas City Athletics. But
Kansas.
all right, so we're gonna do 3 quick hits to close. So first, just a 1 sentence, 2 sentence answer, and we're gonna keep it fast. So if you had to choose one player besides Otani right now, that's MLB's number 2. Who is it, Wolf?
Corbin Carroll.
Yeah, I almost said that.
He's like, well, a report told me that Aaron Judge is actually, pretty fucking good.
Are we like counting hurt people? Like it probably is Aaron Judge still, to be honest.
Yeah, you think so, Aaron Judge?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, probably. He's
All right.
just,
That's fair.
I can't.
I mean, he's pretty popular still.
He's not. It's not like he's dead. So
I don't know
I'll
why
take
they don't
Aaron
just cut
Judge.
off the fucking toe. But Chris, who's your number 2 behind because Otani is just wilding. I'm actually really happy we get to actually observe Otani's career like at this point right now because it's crazy. It's legendary. It's gonna be like a 9-time MVP.
Acuna.
Acuna?
Just fucking MVP.
All right, Devontae.
Number 1.
I gotta go with Acuna. I like Acuna just because we lost him, and when he was going off the way he did a couple years ago, he fell too short, got hurt, whatever. He's back now, and he's bugging out even more. But somebody else I want to talk about is Arias. Motherfucker's hitting 399, bro. That's fucking crazy. He has 113 hits in 283 at bats. That's mind-boggling.
crazy.
Like he's changing baseball. So, like, I hope he's able to do this like year in and year out the next couple of years.
I mean, he had a really good year last year. I think he had like at least halfway through the year, and then he died off a little bit. But
His career is 330 right now.
It's fucking crazy.
and it sucks
Like,
that he's played for teams like the Twins and the Marlins, and he doesn't get the love that he deserves.
they
Right.
need to put him in the Red Sox.
But,
like,
Red Sox.
I'm going with, you know what, we got so many players. We got Vladdy, we got Trout, we got Judge, Soto, Acuna. I'm going with
I completely
Tatis.
forgot about Trout.
I'm going with Tatis. Fernando
the villain.
Tatis Jr.
Most favorite
They're
villain right
chanting
now.
they're chanting steroids at him. He's just dancing. He doesn't give a shit. I think it's Tatis. I love a good villain, man. I told you, I said if he came back and he was like just going with being a villain, I would fucking love him. And here we are. He's the modern day A-Rod, and I'm fucking here.
You
for
think
it.
he's coming to New York to solidify it?
He's probably gonna go to the Dodgers.
Dodgers.
That would rip Padres fans' heart right out. Of their
That whole
chest.
steroid story fits perfect in New York.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But the Yankees, they're not your grandfather's Yankees anymore. They're not even your father's Yankees anymore. They're like, yeah.
Yo, daddies.
They don't know what they're doing.
Oh,
They're
sweet. By
just-
the way, Corbin Carroll just hit a 3-run homer to start off the game in the first inning.
This is gonna
The
be good to
legend.
follow. All right, next
Acuna
question.
had 2 today. 2.
Your quick opinion on the Oakland Athletics, which will be the Las Vegas Athletics shortly. Wolf.
End their season. End their
I'm
season
sorry.
already.
Repeat that.
All right, Devontae.
I like how I just went into my mic like I heard
So,
like that's gonna fucking. work.
quick opinion on the Oakland Athletics, which will then be the Las Vegas Athletics.
I don't know. Oh, so who's going him?
No, you already went. Cause yeah, I agree with you. Like, I'll even go right now. Like, end their fucking season, dude. Like, they should put the Athletics there and like make it like a tryouts for like 17, 18-year-olds, whatever. Don't count any of their games. Just give them a 0-162 record. Spot all the other teams' victories, and let's just wait until that Vegas stadium is built. Cause it's insanity at this point.
Word. And they only got like 20 games won so far.
Yeah. If you bet on that random prop that had the Nationals winning more games than the Athletics, it's actually not going to be sweaty this time.
They have 60 losses. Imagine losing 60 games already. And
What
so,
do you do as a player? Like you're just showing up. Like it's like a 9 to 5.
I my take, I would
imagine
say,
practicing every day. That's gotta be worse than Schenectady, bro.
you know what's funny is the Manfred's was like, he was like, yeah, I saw they had average attendance for a few nights in a row when they had that reverse strike. Like they packed the stadium, but it was like average attendance for a Tuesday night game. Not even like a weekend game, a Tuesday game against like a shitty team like the A's.
Oh man,
But I would cute little win streak. I think they went on like a 6 game win streak
seven
and then
games or whatever. Their
died
fans, their
off. Yeah.
fans were pumped. All 10
It's
of
not
them.
it's not the team.
Wolf,
Sell.
Wolf, what's your grand opinion on the Athletics?
That I don't even think they're gonna get much better if they do move. It's a whole organizational thing. Like if they're that bad now, even if like they're moving, like they would have to spend money. Like I don't know if it's necessarily just gonna change them moving. I think they should move, not even as like a punishment, but just clearly like get the fuck out of there. The stadium's old anyway. But like I'm just worried about like them just not changing anything and kind of being like a. And maybe that owner being
I
like,
mean,
oh, like we can get away with it for 5 years because it's the flashy new thing. We're a new team, and then like go back to the normal athletics. Which
yeah, I
hope
mean
doesn't
that's what I'm
happen.
saying because it's like you're gonna be in Vegas. Like the stadium's gonna be on the strip. Like you cannot play. Like you have to, you have to like spend money and go after it. But I don't even know if they're gonna be able to pull money out of their ass for that.
No, I don't think so either. They would just have to sell the organization.
Sell the team.
So to conclude the show, like I said, what we're gonna do at the end of every show is we're gonna give our updated World Series predictions. I don't think I even have it anywhere the last ones, but Devontae, let's start with you. Who do you got for your World Series prediction as it stands right now?
As it stands right now, I want to see Texas versus Arizona.
Okay.
That'd be wild.
And then Devontae woke up from his dream.
Exactly.
Yo, Chris.
I'm going with Atlanta and
Think of the Rays. You lying if you say
damn,
the Rays.
you can't say the Rays. You can't say any of those teams. I'm gonna just fucking Atlanta
Washington.
and no, I'm gonna stick to Atlanta and Seattle.
Oh, man.
What?
You
It's the
think
World
Seattle's gonna make a
Series.
comeback?
Dude, they're only 5 games back.
They have the
Alright.
good pitching too. Their pitching
Dude,
is
they're
good.
that division's. I mean, they're 8.5 games back, but
The wild card is always
that's
wild, so we'll see what happens there. Wolfie, what do you got?
Oh, I think it's probably gonna be. I think it's probably gonna be the Braves and the Rangers. I tell you one thing though, like I feel like if Baltimore had better starting, or if the Angels had better starting, because for some reason I could just because the Angels were actually like right there at the wild card, and I could see them like getting into the playoffs and Shohei just eating that up. But as of right now, I just think a fair bet would be Rangers and Braves. They're just both playing so well.
Yeah, and I'm going with the Braves and Orioles. I mean, I don't know. I can't. The American League is so it's like out of shape. I don't even know if that's a good way to explain the American League, but it's just like I don't know. It's like Devontae said. I can't really see the Rays doing it. The Orioles, they might be too young. You know, fuck the Blue Jays and the Yankees. You know, the Red
Facts.
Sox. The Red Sox. I mean, I would probably be picking the Red Sox if they were doing a little bit better. We could cancel the whole Central unless the Guardians go on a run, but they're already rumored to be trading Bieber and a couple other pieces. And then the West is like do we really believe in the Rangers at the end of the day though? To really get it done and go to the World Series again. I'm unsure, so I'm going with the Baltimore Orioles and the Braves. I think that'd be exciting, and I don't think anyone in the NL can stop the Braves. Honestly, if we're being realistic, this should be a steamroll once we get there.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because
I don't see
they're
them getting
like
stopped.
Matt Olson hitting as many home runs as he is. What, he's at 26 now. Acuna MVP, Albies is playing out of his mind again. Sean Murphy's a top catcher. It's
Bro, Riley's playing it down year compared
Stupid.
to last year. If like Riley
It's
even gets like
stupid.
slightly better, they're gonna be insanity.
And they're still walking
Oh
dudes in
yeah,
front of it. Still walking them.
yeah. And Riley, Michael Harris, Grisham, like if those.
Grisham,
Yeah, I mean
yeah.
you're even getting production out of fucking Marcelo Ozuna. Like
Yeah.
a guy who shouldn't even be in the league, but you know what?
Word.
Fuck it. Fuck
And
it.
you know why?
Yeah.
Facts.
With that being said, do you guys have any closing takes?
That was a
That
good
was enough
episode.
to close.
Just loves, if we're having a bad season, love seeing the Yankees
We
having
all
a
are.
bad season.
We actually all are.
Yeah.
All of us.
This
No.
sucks. But it's still fun. It's still been a fun season because it's been so unfucking predictable. Like just all of the shit happening.
Like the
so.
Reds out of nowhere, they were like first in the Central for like a couple days. Like that's insane.
Crazy.
But Wolfie's a Reds fan, so he's not doing so
Yeah.
bad. Not as bad as us.
Oh,
Yeah, having a good year.
Mm-hmm.
one thing I would the draft real quick. The draft.
yeah. Yeah.
Fucking. I saw this. I saw a report. They said Dylan Cruz didn't want to sign with the Pirates if he got signed, or if he got drafted by them.
Yo, is he about to become a Washington National?
Right?
Let's go. Let's go.
I mean, it'd be wild if they passed on him, but like, dude, I mean, either way you get,
They could probably
you get
go
a
with
fucking,
Skeens, yeah.
either way you get a fucking absolute tank. So
Yeah, right. Like fuck
That's all I
you.
wanna say.
We're gonna draft you anyway. What are you gonna do? Not play? But yeah, I mean, hey, he'll just fall into the hands of the Nationals, which I'm pretty excited about this draft. Not gonna lie.
he ended his career with a 75 game on base like streak.
Nationals,
Like that's
bro,
wild.
the
That
Nationals
even makes
offense is
sense.
about to be insane. But with that being said, we're gonna conclude it there. That's episode 18 of High and Inside. We're back. We're gonna be giving you more consistent episodes. The baseball season is crazy as fuck. We have actually no idea what's actually probably gonna end up happening. The Rangers are in first today. They might be in third by the time we get done with the season. So who knows? I mean,
The
if Chris
Red Sox
has
might
it,
be
if
in
Chris
first.
has it his way, the Mariners are gonna go to the World Series. But so with that being said, thank you for watching. Have a good night. Go fuck yourselves. No, I'm just playing. I'll cut that out.